It's the first election after the people's protest and the economic crisis in 2022. So yes, there is a lot of expectation, a lot of excitement, and there is this kind of anticipation till election day on Saturday. And it is the first election, so we're yet to see how the voter turnout will be. But yes, very much a lot of energy going towards Saturday.
As you mentioned, it's the first election since those mass protests led to the ousting of President Gotabaya Rajapaksa 2 years ago. What do those who demonstrated against the leadership want in this election?
Well, the people who came out to the streets in 2022 were very much clear in terms of a system change. And this was against a backdrop of severe economic hardships, long queues to get essential items. I mean, it was a dire situation. And that system change was really a change in political culture, a change in governance. Now, we are having several candidates this election, but many are looking to a candidate who can actually bring in and finally usher in that change. So a lot of anticipation to see if that change will actually happen.
Well, Ranil Wickremesinghe, who was appointed to the leadership position after Gotabaya Rajapaksa resigned, he's running for re-election as an independent. How do you think he'll do?
Well, President Ranil Wickremesinghe was elected by Parliament in 2022. So this was a decision made by members of Parliament, not by the people. And this is the time where people, the voters, will decide who the next president will be. Now, he is one of three who are leading in the campaign. There are 39 candidates. And out of the three, there is President Wickremesinghe, the opposition leader Sajith Premadasa, and the leader of the NPP, Anurakumara Dissanayake. And it's a tight race, so we don't know yet as to who will win, but Ranil Wickremesinghe is one of the three candidates in the running.
How has he done steering the economy through a period of painful reform? It is a major factor in this election, the economy.
Well, the economy and the economic factors are going to define this election, and many look to the candidates and their manifestos in terms of what has been promised, in terms of their plans of economic recovery, in terms of assistance to communities, in terms of debt restructuring. So the economic crisis and what the answers are and what the next plan is going to be key in terms of decisions. And I think we will see in terms of who gets elected as to who is able to lead the country forward and whose plan and team is able to also have the confidence of the people.
And do you think it'll be a straightforward result? Will we know pretty soon after polls close who will govern the country next? And how soon after will the new leader be sworn in?
Well, the election, as I mentioned, is tight, or seemingly it seems tight. There are three leading candidates. So usually we find out results a matter of hours after polls close. But this time it may take a bit longer if there is no clear winner after the first round of counting. So the election's on Saturday, September 21st. We're likely to see results on the Sunday unless there's some unexpected delay. And as soon as the election results are known, the victor can take office. But the question is whether we will know in the first round or whether it will go into the counting of the second and third preferences.
And how important are these elections to other Asian countries, especially India and China?
I think international community on the whole is looking at these elections, considering the economic crisis and the role played by many in terms of assisting in terms of the IMF package and now the debt restructuring discussions. India and China have played a very specific role. India has a historic role in Sri Lanka in terms of looking at a political solution, reconciliation, but also came to the aid of Sri Lanka at the when we really went through economic crisis. China has a huge footprint in terms of loans and a lot of white elephant projects, and there are many questions around their role. So yes, it's an election that's watched by many internationally, but regionally, I think there are many who are also looking to the results to see who is going to lead this country forward.
And just finally, what has campaigning been like? What have been some of the major events that have taken place?
Well, the campaign has been relatively peaceful. I mean, there's been some incidents of violence, but compared to the past elections and the violence we've seen in earlier elections, this one has been relatively peaceful. The campaign period is now over. Yesterday, Wednesday, was the final rallies of the candidates. So it's a silent period now. So today and tomorrow are likely to be quiet days, and then Saturday, everyone goes to vote.
And we will be watching from here. Bhavani Fonseka, thank you so much.
Thank you.